Let's start today off with a little bit of prog metal, shall we?
It's time for reaction. Welcome in. Old school nerd.
Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. It is Tuesday. Last night we had a crazy D&D game. A little too crazy. Don't know what I mean? Go to Old School Nerd Live and make sure your kids and your significant other aren't laugh. They're going to be like, why are you laughing at that? It was a little disturbing. Okay, tonight, Tuesday night, we're going to do Jackbox Party. All of you invited. Come check us on Old School Nerd Live. We're going to finish the Super Sunday stream. We had to cut it off right in the middle because there was a problem with a air conditioning unit in a family home. I had to go fix it. That's all taken care of. Nobody died of heat exhaustion. But we got to finish the stream. We got to play. So we're going to start up at 6 p.m. tonight. We're going to play as late as we can. Please join us. The requests will be open. Put in your requests for this week. The rest of this week and probably next week as well. I don't know if we'll be able to get to have a Super Sunday stream because family functions. I didn't realize it was going to happen like that. We're going to try to make it happen, okay? My name is Old School Nerd. Let's get into the request. I have something this week that I've been listening to nonstop for 4 days. Well, Eunice, that's kind of a problem. I've been there. A band that I really like and hey, have a keytar, also love. So Humavoid, Aluminum Rain featuring Iiro official music video. Oh, I could do that. Here we go. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for coming out. My name is Old School Nerd. Check us out on oldschoolnerd.com. It's all of our social media posts, Patreon link for those who want to help support the channel, and the merchandise store. And the link to this video will be in the description below. Please like the video, give us a thumbs up here. Please subscribe to my channel. Check us out on Old School Nerd Live, where all that live stream stuff happens. All the chaotic, crazy stuff that you don't realize happens on the side, it goes down over there. Whew, like it did last night. It was one Ailstorm song after another, and not the fun ones. It was all the bad. All right, let's do this. Humavoid, Aluminum Rain. Right off the bat. Okay. Well, that right there is a thumbnail. Okay, everyone, you guys get to be part of the thumbnail because here we go. We're going to go. All right, our thumbnail. Anyway, oh, for some reason I didn't have my. There we go. There's my logo and the Patreon scroll and the stripes behind me. I was forgetting. When I started the video, I was like, man, something looks awful or something off. And of course, once you get this imagery right here in front of you, you're like, okay, now I see it. By the way, the makeup job on this, the arrangement, the antlers, the whole costuming, pretty intense. But the other guy was even crazier. The dude that looked like he got into a fight with a plaster wall and lost. Yeah, that was pretty intense. The musical styling is pretty normal for progressive metal. However, there's one unique portion of this melody. We're going to back it up 10 seconds so you can hear it. Your guitar is playing a riff that is dynamic. It's a walking, static walk. The drum is pushing, and the bass player is really hitting that downbeat that's really driving. But none of those are the melody. Have you caught that yet? The guitar is very quiet in the background. Why? Because the female singer in the front is playing the keytar, the mobile unit, and she's the one slowly playing that melody with that keyboard much louder in the feed than everything else. So you're like, whoa. So instead of the keyboards supporting guitars out of metal, this one's in reverse. You can hear the guitar in the background, much lower in the gain. He is really pushing. Back it up so you can hear it. Hear it? Master dude. A lot of offbeat, a lot of syncopated hits. The drummer appears to be going straight through the rhythm, and it allows the guitarist and the bass to hit offbeats, which gives you that sound that you're hearing. It's very aggressive sound. I love progressive metal. I love progressive rock. I always have, which is why I've always, as a child, I loved Rush. In the late 90s and 2000s, I was still loving Coheed and Cambria, even though I kind of left metal because Coheed and Cambria, so elaborate, so dynamic, I still enjoyed them. Let's point out a couple things that need to be pointed out. I understand this band is very talented musically. Eunice is right. Love the sound. Really love the dynamic. But can we please talk about the fact that whoever's doing the makeup artist for this video, I mean, it literally looks like all the characters you see are on some kind of island where some kind of crazy, some kind of like someone gets infected and it overwhelms them, right? You have this woman with scales going up her head and it's just covering her body. You have a guy that got bit with a plaster bucket, and got just every single character that you're seeing has some kind of, it looks as though it's some sort of it's like a disease that's overtaking them, or it's some sort of metamorphosis going through it, becomes some part of nature. Really cool. But the most epic thing in this video, I'm going to show it to you right now, and you may not agree with this, but I really don't care. This dude's pencil mustache comes up in ring wisps, full mustache rings on both sides of his head. It's the little things, kids. It's the little things. It's really good. Trash can guy. I'm never going to get through this song if I keep stopping it. So I'm just going to say this. As we watch this song, unless something changes, I probably won't stop it again. Listen to it. It's really, really good. This is going to be a weird thing for me to say about any progressive rock or metal band. I like how they reserve notes. They only play notes when they're needed. I'm specifically talking about the lead singer / keyboard player. She's not playing a lot. She's only playing on specific down notes that give not only a specific hit into the melodic sound, but are needed. Like they're there, so they mean something. Not fluttering and playing a bunch of chords to fill it. When you hear a note, it's like every note is like, whoa, she just played another note. Oh, there's another one. But they're meaningful. The other thing I want to say, bass player, really, really good. Really, really good. He is not only, he's playing, you can hear it in the mix where he is playing the down notes, because you can hear them. They hit really hard. But in between each one of those down notes to go with the drums in the rhythm section, he is playing a melodic melody between those down notes that helps lift the guitar up, and they work together. That's where you're getting that progressive metal sound. People who play progressive metal, one of the keys you have to understand is, obviously here, if I lean the hell back, okay, counted him, he's playing an 8-string guitar. One of the keys behind the 8-string guitar is that the 8-string guitar can play a lot of the bass notes because it has all the high strings, but it also has, an extra 2 on the bottom. Most 8-string guitars do not put an extra 2 on the top, or 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. A lot of times in progressive bands, when you have only one guitarist, he'll put those 2 on the bottom. You can add that extra low end that allows the bass player and him to coordinate. So there's just so much going on here. I could stop it 5, 6, 7 times through the rest of this video, and we'll never really get to hear it. So that kind of sucks. So I just decided to get it all out in the open now, and now I'm going to shut up so we can enjoy this. But just so you guys know what's going through my head right now as I'm watching and listening is the progressive connection between the guitarist and bass player. How the guitarist with his 8-string is able to hit some of those lower notes to kind of help fill in that lower end. The bass player is hitting those down notes where he needs to be, but you can hear him going all over the place between them. The singers, both the guitarist who's doing his growl, the female with her mobile unit, is only playing key notes that are required and needful for the progression of the song, which is awesome. And that drummer ain't stopped yet. So all in all, it is an amazing sound. It is a very complex band, which I love. Is it the fastest, hardest, most dark shit ever? No. Music doesn't have to be for me to love it. Some people will comment in my comments going, that's not real metal. It needs to be darker, faster, harder. Yeah, for you. Go sit in the corner with Slayer, scream at the wall. There are days when I do that. It's okay. Slayer is awesome. But not all amazing music has to follow that pattern. Amazing music can be in almost every form. How you know? Igor. See? You never know what those guys put out, and it's always awesome. Humavoid knows what they're doing. Let's finish this out. So now she comes in with the keyboards with a lot, and it means something because it transitions into a different dynamic. guess. Like golf clap on that one. I do like how the musicianship and the layering of this song match the artistry, complexity of makeup done for each. Whether it be drumming Plaster Guy, the giant orbed red head with the weird eyes, of course the demon queen with her red face makeup with the scaly person woman crown thing. All of it was my best part about it is it's so elaborate sometimes it's hard to even describe what you're looking at. That's how you know you did good. Also, when you can lose me in a composition and I'm having trouble differentiating between the guitarist with the 8 string playing the low end strings and the bass player playing high end fills, I lose track of which one's doing which. Very good. Great request, Eunice. I get why you're loving this stuff. It's elaborate. You could listen to it 5 times and catch a new thing, which is good. We ran into that with Torrential Rain. You know, just today, I just want to share this, guys. I just thought I'd share this with you. You guys remember that we did the reaction to Fractal Universe. And I mentioned how much I loved Fractal Universe's song because every little piece of what they do, you can listen to it 5 times and see something different or hear something different. And that's progressive metal. That's the way it is supposed to be. You're supposed to always be able to sit down, listen to it and go, oh my God, what was that? I didn't hear that before. Okay. Whether you're dealing with Torrential Rain or Humavoid here, you're looking at Fractal Universe. Okay. Another more popular version of that a lot more people know, Orbit Culture does that too, where they go all over the place. Now, do they incorporate keyboards in Orbit Culture? No, not really. But just like they do, Gojira, you have a lot of bands now that are not sitting to any one genre or typeset or arrangement profile or formula, and they're branching out. They're becoming something more elaborate, and you never know what you're going to get. And whether it be a mega band like Gojira, and then you have Orbit Culture, they're really popular. You have these other bands that are just coming out, and you're hearing about them. Humavoid, we just Fractal Universe, all these, and then the newer bands, the young bucks, like Torrential Rain. All these different bands are pushing the limits of what can be placed within a time signature. And when it doesn't fit, when all the ideas and creativity they put into a time signature doesn't fit, you know what they do? They change the time signature seamlessly. That is amazing storytelling. That's the kind of stuff that I completely love. You can get me with great imagery. You can get me with great storytelling. You could be Nightwish, who can play the most simple musical composition imaginable in a song, tell an amazing story, and I'm hooked. You could be like Sabaton, which plays basic metal. Sabaton does not play anything like this. Sabaton plays classic basic power metal, but they do it in a way that puts the story above the music and the imagery with there, and then they incorporate all that into their live show, and they're megastars, right? These bands take the exact opposite approach. Okay, so whether it be lyrically, storytelling-wise elaborately, right? Or musically arrangement, just good luck keeping up with us. Both have a place in my heart. Both of them make me excited. And I'm so glad that I have this channel and so many of you out there that get in there and you're like, okay, Old School Nerd, I know you're talking to everybody. It's a live stream, but you got to do this. Just like that. It's Tuesday. Normally I'd be kind of down, storming outside. There's thunder. It's probably going to flash flood later. We're going to be fine. But I get to enjoy stuff like this because of all of y'all. I'm so excited. I mean, started my day off great. I mean, come on, really? This was good. Cheers.